I'm asking you, if I would open up a lab, and I got it out of the textbook, I got a textbook right there, we want to get one out. How would you describe that lab?
Step-by-step procedures.
And you're not going to offend me, people, so give me your honest, like, how would you describe those labs?
Am I gonna let you?
You're not going to hurt my feelings. What'd you say?
Complicated.
But I didn't write a textbook. How else would you describe the textbook labs?
Simple. It's just have two different.
It's all laid out for you. Descriptive.
What do you mean by descriptive?
Like they tell you like say you're pouring something into like a tube, they like tell you like how much you pour in or whatever.
What else do they tell you in those labs?
The right way?
How should it turn out?
You said right. What do you mean by that?
Well, I don't mean like the right way, I mean like their way.
And then somebody over here said something.
That how, what should we see, or
Okay, how would you describe the tube lab? Or activity, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe you want to call it a lab. But... And again, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I want your honest, like, if you were to describe to somebody the tube lab, what would you do?
It was kind of weird and complicated.
don't know if you're right or wrong.
How did you work? Say that again, huh?
Collaborative.
How else would you describe the work that you had to do? From where did the answers come?
Us?
What'd you say? Oh, I don't believe you. What did you say, Cole? Where do the answers come from over here?
Textbook. We're scientists.
The person who wrote it.
Which of those two lists is like real science and why? When you're posting to Edmodo, make sure you're using complete thought. All right, close the lids that way, please. Sorry. When thinking about those two lists that we made, textbook labs compared to the tube lab, when I was looking at Edmodo, most of you seemed like you were putting the tube lab. Why?
Because it was more complicated.
Look at it,
You
look at
gotta think like scientists would and creativity.
Because when you're doing the tube, you have to experiment and think for yourself, but in the textbook, you're just following along and just doing what the book says. That's what you thought.
The scientists have to figure out how things work and the procedures themselves instead of looking at the book.
So what I want you to do on these lists,
You want to develop.
at the top, I want you to write real science. And over here, we're going to put school science.
school science.
What was that, Cole?
I like school science.
Why do people like school science better?
It's
Because they don't have
easier.
to think.
Easier, don't have to think. Why else?
No, it's not.
What? Say it louder so everybody can hear.
We get the right answer.
A lot of people do not like the tube activity because they don't know what the right answer is in the end.
The title.
It's a scientific method.
That's one of the last time.
Okay, let me ask you a different kind of question. If I took that list and posted it on the wall and said this is the scientific method, and then I said to you, all scientists follow those steps, what would you say to me?
Not all scientists.
No? Huh. Other thoughts about what you would say to me?
They might do something first. Like, they won't really follow that order.
Okay. Josh?
Maybe they do it different.
Maybe they do it different?
Yeah.
What things... Well, okay, so they can do a different order like nonsense. What else could they do different? When you think about the textbook, the school science over here, step-by-step procedure was the first one we put on here. What does this look like it's trying to be?
That's the nice procedure.
But yet when we did real science, there was no step-by-step procedure. So this scientific method works for school science, but what does it do for real science? It's not right. And so I want you to cross it off. And maybe even write off to the side, no scientific method. Circle it and highlight it and star it and all that stuff. Now some of you still might not quite believe me, and that's okay. But yet I want you to go back to thinking about the tubes. If the tubes are like real science, and there was no right way to do it, why would we think there's a right way to do real science? That's the question I want you to wrestle with.